Yo, what's up? This is Raquel with the Reading Roller Coaster Club, and thank you for coming to my channel. This is going to be my first video. I have procrastinated this video for so long. Just so you have an idea of how long, I started this channel January 22nd, and we're in March. Yeah, so that long. I'm very new to everything. Like, I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to do whatever. Like, I just learned how to do my intro and my outro on Canva, and hopefully I can attach that to this video because I haven't even learned how to do that. So for my first video, I decided that I will do a haul video because I feel like what better way to get to know me through the books that I choose. So that was the idea behind that. I got this book haul from a thrift store in my city that I have not been to in years, because one fun fact about me is that I have anxiety, and I really have like driving or car situation anxiety. And the place where this thrift store is, the parking can get chaotic. So I just vroom right past that. I don't know how many times I'm like, I want to go check it out. Oh, nope, look at that parking, gotta go. So this Saturday morning, I actually caught it right when it opened, which is now something I'm going to try to do when I want to go, because I was able to get into a good parking lot spot that I wasn't going to get blocked in at, and I could get out if it started getting crazy. So yeah, and they had 6 bookshelves full of books, and I went ham. So, and let me add to that, that these books I got, I don't know, if I had to guess, maybe like 7-8 books, and it was all under $4. So I gave them a 5 and was like, keep the change, because I was expecting to pay like $8, $9, $10. So yeah, let's jump right into it. So one of the books that I got was called A Stranger Game by Celine Busby. And the reason why I have this is because I think that a lot of these books came from like our library, like once they didn't want the books no more, or they, you know, recycled them or whatever to the thrift stores. So I don't want nobody to know my city. I'm just real like weary about that, and maybe as you get to know me, you'll know why. So this one says that Nico's sister mysteriously disappears and her parents are devastated. 4 years later, there's a bunch of false leads, and Sarah is found, which I'm assuming is Nico's sister, Sarah. But she has changed so much. So I think he's wanting to know, like, is this really my sister, or is this a freaking stranger? So that, there you go. The Stranger Game by Celine Busby. That was one. This one I got, The Forgotten Ones. I went in blind with this. I had no idea what it was about. I thoroughly enjoyed the cover. By Stina Holmes, and it says a dying confession holds the key to an unspeakable family secret. So I'm a nosy bitch. I want to know people's secrets. So there was that one. Then this one, this is by Greg Iles. It's called The Third Degree. It says praise. The blurbs are what got me with this one. I didn't even open it and look what it was about. It says praise for true evil, praise for turning angel. And I don't know, somewhere in the back of my mind, I thought this might have been a movie somewhere, but then later on I Googled it and it was not. So there's that. So that was another one. And then this one is by Lisa Ungert. It's called Beautiful Lies. So this one, again, I did not read what it was about, but I ended up getting it because I did read Christmas Presents by Lisa Ungert, and I enjoyed it. I believe I gave it like 4 or 5 stars. So, and it has like a bunch of puzzle pieces and stuff. So I was like, maybe we got to puzzle piece all the lies and figure it out. And like, I'm down for the ride. Another one I got was by Kate White called The Sixes. And this one was a blurb by Harlan Coben. It says a terrifying psychological thriller that takes Mean Girls to a whole new level of creepy. And look at this cover. Can we appreciate that cover? And I am the type of girl that likes the pink and black together. That is beautiful. And it's more, it seems to be like a sorority type of thriller. And it sounds interesting. So that was one. Okay, sorry, I really don't know who the hell Christine Tate is, but this book sounded interesting. It says a memoir of friendship of lost and found. And a thing about me is Hopefully I can blurb that out or something. I don't freaking know. Hold on. Okay. Again, sorry for Christine Tate. I don't know who she is. But I got this because it says it's about a friendship of lost and found and that it's a memoir. And I do like to read true crime. I like to read biographies. Thrillers are my new go. Okay, back in the day, I would never read fiction. I don't know what it was about me. I was a stuck-up bookie girl, I guess, because I don't know why I was like, I don't want to read something fake. I want to read something real. This was younger me. And so I would just read biographies, like biographies on celebrities, on bands, on just random people, or I would read true crime, like, which I have an annual book from the library I'm going to show you, but like that, like I would get the real crime books, like the real life thriller books, and I would just stay away from the fiction. And then one day I decided to take a chance on a fiction book, and I never looked back. And I was like, why the fuck were you being so stuck up for? Like, look at all the good books you probably missed. So now I have a TBR. That's ridiculous. So anyways, back to why I got this BFF. I like to read books like this because I feel like it can give you a lot of knowledge, a lot of insight, and like you actually get something from the book once you're done reading it. And you can get that from fiction book too, but nonfiction books and stuff like that are really relatable, I really gravitate towards those. I like to just see how other people live, and when it's like celebrities and stuff, I like to see how the other half lives. So that is why I picked this up. And the good thing about thrifting books and stuff, secondhand books, is that if you don't like it, you can always go and put it in a little library and call it a day. It's not that big a deal. You don't have to put it on your shelf. So yeah, I thought I'd give that a try. Okay, so then another book that I got, I feel like most of us, or a lot of people, because I don't know who's watching, but a lot of people have seen the movie Waiting to Exhale. Well, I found the freaking book, and can we please take a minute to appreciate this cover? This is a literal work of art. So I seen the movie, I liked it, and if you're trying to think of what movie it is, if you know the scene where Angela Bassett sets a man's clothes inside his car on fire, yes girl, that's the movie. So I'm like, I want to see what the book was like, because this came out in like 1992. This was way before my time that I knew that I was going to be a book girl and that I like to read. So that's another thing I'm doing this year. I'm really trying to like back read older books. Not that I have yet, but this might be my first one. So yeah, my library doesn't really carry a lot of like older books unless they are like popular, like Stephen King, things like that. So, you know, obviously they gave this one the boot because this was from them. So I was pretty happy to find this find, and I'm kind of excited to read it when I have time. And last but not least, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that was, 9. Sorry, not last. But I got Riley Sager's The House Across the Lake. This book is about a woman, sorry. She was a celebrity. She just been widowed. She needs to get away from it all. Like, of course, anybody who has lost their significant other or somebody they're really close to, you know, if you have the means to, you just want to like shut off from everybody. So she goes out to her lake house where she meets this couple, Tom and Catherine. And yeah, let's just say they're an interesting couple. A lot of interesting things going on. Some people gone missing at the lake, and who knows? Tom might be a little suspicious to her. So let me tell you something about Riley Sager. I have read every freaking Riley Sager book that has came out, and I am waiting for his new book, The Unknown, to come out. Not that I've liked every Riley Sager book, but I've enjoyed reading every Riley Sager book. Like his last one with a Vengeance. I do not know why I can't talk today, but I don't think I've rated that one too highly, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. My favorite books from him are Home Before Dark and The Only One Left. Lock Every Door, I want to do a reread on it because for some reason I feel like I didn't give it a fair chance. I think I listened to it on audio and I rated that probably one of his lowest books of mine. But warning, I should have came with a warning in the very beginning that I'm very freaking scatterbrained. So my little roller coaster brain will go on something else and loop back around. So if you're still here with me, you're the real MVP, because I can be chaotic, just normal everyday talking to me, because my brain is thinking of too many freaking things at once. So to close out the Riley Sager thing, I just want to say that I have a thing with collecting Riley Sager books that are in different, not formats, but types, I guess. So what I'm speaking of is I have The Home Before Dark in here. I found this at another thrift shop somewhere, maybe Goodwill or something like that. And this is this type of copy. And the first Riley Sager book I ever owned, I had also found at a thrift store, and it was this type of copy. So that's becoming a thing of mine, is finding Riley Sager books that are all different so that I can collect them all and have them all different. I don't know why specifically that's just how things happened. Normally I am a hardback cover kind of girl. I love these types of books, but Riley Sager's the exception, I guess. And I do get a lot of these types of books because they're cheaper, and yeah, but if in a perfect world, I would have hardcovers and special editions. So now, last but not least, is Too Late by Colleen Hoover. So this follows somebody named Sloan who runs into a drug dealer and then meets a FBI person named Carter, and together they're just trying to find a way out before it's too late. Now, this leads me a segue for another situation here. I am not into book politics. And it's not that I don't care. Let me put that first. Like, I'm just not like, oh, I don't care. It's just that, like, I like to read for entertainment purposes, and I thoroughly enjoy reading. So I don't want to put, like, the stress and make it unfun, because that would be unfun to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, a story to me is a story. And Colleen ain't getting my money. I'm buying all these things secondhand. Would I, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I'm just sorry. I just want to read, okay? I just want to read stories. Like, I don't want to be in the thick of it, in the politics and all that. Thank you for those girls that do that. And guys, I don't know why I always just think like book girlies. I guess that's been like ingrained in my brain. But people that keep up with the book politics and keep things in line, we need you. I am not you. I will read a story if I like it, if I find it interesting. I'm sorry. This is my official apology. I'm sorry. But yeah, so Colleen Hoover's Too Late. And what made me take a chance on another Colleen Hoover book, and I'm not going to lie, I do have Woman Down. That was gifted to me, and I am going to read that too. So let me just be transparent with you. But the reason why I was given that book, and I had got this book from a thrift shop, was because I read Verity. And before you go and say, girl, quit lying, how many Colleen Hoover books are you buying? This is from a little library. Okay? This is from a little library. This is like one of those diamond in the roughs. Okay? Because that is why I have this. I did not purchase this. But this book had me in a freaking chokehold. I read this book in January. This is my first and only Colleen Hoover book that I read. And I freaking loved it. So if you don't know, this follows Lowen, who is a struggling author who happens to run into this guy, Jeremy, and his wife is Verity. Verity was in a tragic car accident, and it unfortunately happened at all, but also that while she was in the middle of finishing a series. So Jeremy is like, my wife loved your writing. I feel like y'all are similar. Would you please like take over the series and finish it for her? And Lowen, you know, she's trying to act like she won't, but Lowen has her own thing going on. Like, her mother just passed away, left her enough money to get a place. She just left her apartment. She's pretty much going to be living out of her car. So she doesn't really have a fucking option. Excuse my language. But also the lawyers that are trying to make this deal want her to do all kinds of publicity. And Lowen is like, I can't. Like, I'm sorry. I know myself. I can't. I'm a more behind the scenes type of person, and I can't do that. Sorry. So Jeremy's like, hold your brakes. Hold on. Don't let them do this to you. They're actually lowballing you on the money. You can use a pen name. You don't have to do all this shit they're asking you to do. And on top of that, you can come out to my mansion and stay with me so that you can go through all of Verity's notes and get the shit together to write this book. And so Lowen, of course, you know, she wants to act like she ain't gonna take it, but what is girlfriend gonna do? She don't got nothing else to do. So she takes it. She gets there. She finds the notes. On top of that, now this is the shit that had me in the chokehold. She finds a manuscript, a unwritten, unfinished biography that Verity had started. And boy, let me tell you, Verity, in her eyes, is just wearing a mask. Because what is in those pages is not what the public knows. And Verity is writing about her relationship with Jeremy since the time they met into present time. She's writing about her pregnancies, her children, how she feels about that. And Lowen can't put that shit down. And I can't stop listening because that was what I was wanting to hear. That was what I kept coming back for, was those fucking manuscript pages. And I was just like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, mommy freaking dearest. So, yeah, that's why I got that book from the thrift shop. Because I was like, I like Verity. Okay. And then on that same day, you know, because my whole goal was to look at books, and I went to the Goodwills, didn't have anything. And then I went to Ollie's, and Ollie's did it. Okay, sorry, I had a phone call. So I went to Ollie's and I picked up Kennedy Ryan's This Could Be Us. Now, I have already read this story. Oh my god, the higher these books got, the more my light was blocked. And I loved it. And look at this freaking cover, dude. Like, so gorgeous. Like, oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. So I had to get it. It had to be added to my shelf. And I know that it's like a 2-book series or something like that. And I have not read the other one. But I had to get this. So I paid Ollie's price for that, which was $3.99. Yeah. And so the last haul that I did on this same week was the library haul. So, almost got me. So, the book that I am currently reading, I don't even know what I did with that. Stupid. I have to get another one. Okay, sorry. You have to bear with me. I Got Creep by Jennifer Hillier. This is actually the book that I am in the middle of right now. And this book so far is following a professor by the name of Sheila. She has been sleeping with her TA, Ethan Wolf, sorry. But now, she's engaged, and I'm sorry, I can never remember his name, even though, like, I literally just read it. It doesn't even have it in the synopsis. She's about to be married to an ex-NFL player, let's just say that, okay? And he, of course, doesn't know that she was sleeping with her TA. And she is like, I'm about to be a married woman. Like, I got to stop sleeping with my TA. And she tells him that. Well, he's cool with it until she says she's going to pawn him off to somebody else. And he's like, no, ma'am, you're not. You can go and change your life, but you ain't going to change my life. What the fuck, you know? So she's like, no, dude, like, I literally cannot do it. Like, my conscience will not let me keep you as a TA. And, you know, and he's like, you know what? You better think about what you're doing, bitch, because I got a sex tape and that's gonna go very viral if you don't change your mind. So she's like, gulp, you know, she starts freaking out on the inside, which who wouldn't? That's some shit, you know what I mean? Like, how you gonna blackmail me like that, boy? So yeah, she freaks out. In the meantime, she's like, well, I guess he's my freaking TA until I figure something out. So it comes out that she's a sex addict, and she even goes to meetings. And so she decides to tell her fiance about it, but she doesn't tell her who it is all with. So just know that Ethan Wolf is not just going to be getting rid of easily in any way, shape, or form. And he is willing to go to very creepy links, a creepy indeed he is, to make sure that he has his revenge. Now, I'm only on chapter 12, so what that revenge is, I don't know. but I damn sure gonna find out. So this one is good. My next library book is, again, I told you how I like to get, you know, true crime books. So this one is by Anne Rule. It's called Lust Killer, and it is about a man named Jerry Brudos. And from what it says here is it says that his wife ignored his like hardcore sexual needs and never opened the deep freezer in the garage. So I'm sorry for the victims of these families. This seems like it's gonna be horrible. So yeah, I'm ready to read this. I don't want to be insensitive about like true crime things, so I don't want to go any further on that. So this is another book I got from the library. All right, now this book here, let me say something. I think everybody in this book community pretty much has seen like the special edition of this book and like how beautiful it is with the sprayed edges and everything. So I got this book simply to see if I like it, because if I like it, I'm gonna go snatch me one up from the store with all the glory, because it is so freaking beautiful and I need it on my bookshelf. But I don't want to bust out no money just for that. I want to be able to look at that beautiful book and also be like, I liked it. So I got this simply to see if I like it or not. And then the next book that I got is Dandelion is Dead. And from what I get from this is about this girl whose sister passed away, and she ends up having like her phone and like the dating app, and she ends up talking to some guy, I guess, that was in the dating app, and that follows them and to see where all that's gonna go. So while she's navigating grief and stuff, so I was pretty excited, and I love this cover. Some books I will literally just get because of the cover, and if I don't like it, I'll just return it. I'll just return the book as soon as I start reading it if I didn't like it. And if, you know, if I got it like at a thrift shop and I don't like it, I'll just put it in a little library. Like, end of story. It's not that complicated. Get what you like. Don't overthink it. Books are books. Some books are good, some books are not. It's just like people. But the good thing is you can get rid of a book easily. So another book that I got was Anna Quindlen's Miller Valley. So again, this goes back to me liking like family stuff, real stuff, things that are going to give me knowledge, things that are going to give me insight, things that will low-key give me advice, things that I can talk to with others about. Like, yeah. So this one says it follows Mimi Miller from the 1960s to the present time. And it says that it covers flaws of marriage, inequalities of friendship, the risk of passion, loyalty, and love. Yeah, so the dangers of gossip. So count me in. Let me see what little Miss Millie Miller was up to. And last but not least, there's my little thing I was missing. I got was All the Men I Loved Again by Christine Pride. Wait a minute. Is this the BFF girl? Oh no, that was Christine Tate. Sorry. Christine Pride. Now this seems to be another one that's like, seems like it's going to be like funny, lighthearted. It says it follows a girl who, okay, like back in the 90s, it says during No Scrubs by TLC, if you know, you know, that she was in school and she was basically in a triangle. So she liked these two guys. She didn't know who to choose, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward to her adult life. These two same guys come back in her life. So now she's going on a journey of reminiscing and trying to remember like why she didn't choose one or the other, like what happened. And I'm down for that ride. I read the first couple of pages and just to see if I would like it. Oh yeah, and it also, like, when I was looking through it, I don't know if that's like her diary or something, but how cool is that? I like when books do stuff like that. But yeah, and another thing about me is I like to as closely match my bookmarks to my books as possible. And I know this is Valentine's, but come on now. It says be mine on it. And like she's literally trying to find who's going to be hers. So that was cute. So that is all the books that I want to show you for this first video. If you stuck around this long, thank you. If you subscribe, you're my roadie. If you're here to just watch, you're my writer. But either way, I am pleased to have you. I am hoping to get a little more out of my comfort zone, post a little more videos as I learn to edit them, get a little bit better. I can't be nobody but myself. So yeah, you're gonna like me or you're not gonna like me, but I really just wanted a place that I can speak about books and find like people like me, because I feel like I never fit in anywhere. And low-key, if I'm being honest, sometimes I feel like I really don't even fit into the book community, because one, I'm very scatterbrained. Two, after I read a book, sometimes I don't even remember what it was about. Three, it's hard for me to do like book reviews, like sum up what I thought about the book. So that also makes me feel like an outcast. And I don't like to use very big, deep words. I just kind of say what's on my head. So yeah, and I'm the only one in my small little group of people that is a reader. So I hope that helps you get an understanding of why I've created this channel. So with that, before I start rambling more, I'm going to let y'all go. So thank you. Have a good day and see you on the next one.